Took the handcuffs off you? Alright, listen, we're gonna get you out of here. We looked into the case a little bit further, and we're not charging you with anything.
What?
Listen to me. What happened?
My daughter's neck is cut. My daughter's neck is cut.
All of a sudden I hear Eddie screaming, and he's got my daughter by the hair and by the neck, and she just has like blood coming out of her mouth and couldn't speak. There's blood everywhere.
We're not gonna charge you anything right now. Okay? We're gonna look into it a little further, make sure some things are the way they're supposed to be, so you're gonna get out of here.
This is Ramon Calderon-Durst, and he realized he's getting away with murdering his girlfriend, Ariana Ptarcinski. His hand and clothes are stained with the blood of Ariana, yet detectives don't see any issue with releasing Ramon. Today, we delve into an interrogation room where the prime suspect becomes a potential victim, a twist rarely seen in investigations. Ariana Ptarcinski was born on July 3, 2003 to her parents Eddie and Judy Ptarcinski. She was raised in Hernando County, Florida, alongside her 12-year-old sister Isabella, for whom she cherished being an elder sister to. Among loved ones, Ariana was described as a generous soul who often thought of others in hopes of helping them. Moreover, she was a remarkably intelligent and ambitious young woman who graduated high school in June of 2021 at the age of 18 with high honors. Alongside her academic pursuits, she was a talented artist who often spent her free time drawing. Ariana had also ventured into a committed relationship with 20-year-old Ramon Calderon-Durst, whom she had met through friends several months before her high school graduation. Initially, Ramon appeared to be a decent young man, and the young love seemed to be blossoming more and more by the passing day. However, Ramon possessed a dark side to him, which tragically would lead to her brutal death. On Christmas Eve of 2021, Ramon joined Ariana and her family at her home to celebrate the holiday together. Once the day had come to an end, everyone left for their respective room. Eddie and Julie retired to the master bedroom, and Isabella left to her room and began to watch a movie while falling asleep. Ramon and Ariana headed to Ariana's room, and all was set to get in a good night's sleep before waking up to a joyful Christmas morning the following day. But, unfortunately for the Ptarcinski family, what unfolded was one of the most traumatic events in the history of Hernando County. In the middle of the night, Eddie got up to use the bathroom when he noticed the door to the master bedroom was opening. In that chilling moment, he witnessed every father's worst nightmare unfolding in front of his eyes. Ramon was grabbing onto Ariana's head by her hair as she bled profusely from her mouth and a deep cut to her neck. As he held her, he uttered the words, "I did this."
Listen to me. What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Okay, listen to me. Sir, is someone hurt? You need to tell me yes or no. Is someone hurt?
Yes, my daughter's neck is cut. My daughter's neck is cut. What happened? She was upset. Got a knife, dude.
Who has a knife? Someone, I cannot understand what's going on.
The police arrived at the scene to find an unconscious teenage girl surrounded by a copious amount of blood. Ariana was immediately transferred to a hospital where she underwent several hours of surgery in an attempt to save her life, but unfortunately the attempt was unsuccessful. At the crime scene, Ramon, Judy, and Eddie were detained in the back seats of patrol cars while the police officers rummaged through the house to gather evidence. Among the findings were artworks belonging to Ariana, which were inspired by gore and horror movies in which she had an interest. But the most chilling of these discoveries was a drawing of a female, bleeding out from the mouth and neck due to a cut in her neck. This drawing dates back several months before the fateful day. However, it was eerily similar to the scene that befell Ariana. Upon such discoveries, one would be influenced to assume that this tragedy is a case of self-harm instead of a horrific homicide carried out by Ariana's boyfriend, Ramon. That assumption is wrong, and it can be further proved by the following footage obtained from a patrol car and the interrogation room.
Are you bleeding anywhere?
Yeah, catch ball back.
Can I have your name? Dowdell?
Yeah.
What's going on? Can I just, you're gonna drive with me? This is your car?
Yeah.
Can I talk to you when you drive?
Let me get one look at him, and it's going to be that house right down there with that SUV.
Can I talk to you when we drive?
What do
You see the situation. Can I just talk to you?
I don't know what's going on.
You're gonna know what's going on. Okay, what happened? What happened?
Check out there first.
On Christmas!
Huh?
On Christmas!
What happened?
You know what's going on. You know
I
the
don't,
call.
I don't know what's going on. I just got here.
What do you think?
I don't know.
I'm losing feeling in my fingers.
Huh?
I'm losing feeling in my
Okay,
fingers.
well, we had him check you out. But I don't know what's going on. We just pulled up. Anyone who was here, and is that her dad?
You think?
I don't know. Is that her dad? Yes or no? Because your dad,
I'm trying to get him to help me.
the dad in handcuffs. So what happened?
Don't ask me that. I know you're just trying to get information. Can I? Hey, look at me. Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
How old are you?
49.
What's the crime like in this area?
Ramon initially appears overwhelmed with emotion, but his demeanor quickly shifts when he begins questioning the officer about the quote-unquote crimes in the area. Now, while some might overlook this shift, it is important to recognize the fluctuation in his emotions throughout the footage. These changes serve as one of the several signs suggesting his guilt in committing this crime.
What's your name?
Ramon Calderon-Durst.
You from Spring Hill? Huh? Ocala? How old are you? How old are you?
Can I just say something? Can we have a little back and forth real quick?
Let's have back and forth. Go ahead.
My life's over right now.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean. You see what's the situation is.
I don't know what the situation is. I was
What?
outside with you.
Okay. What do you think the situation is?
I don't know. I don't want to assume.
You see what I'm covered in?
Okay. What happened?
I don't know. I can't. I'm not going to say something because I know.
Well, I see you, the dad out there fighting, so I don't know.
Look, all right, you don't know, but I know. But
Okay. Well, I mean,
the situation is like, my life's over. I'm 20 years old. I love that. I love it. This shit just fucking Christmas.
all right, what was that?
I fucking.
I couldn't hear you.
I fucking sat on that wet bed, and it's all over.
You slept in the bed.
I slip on the bed. I slip on the bed. Look, we got a whole ride.
He appeared too disoriented to provide coherent answers to the detective's questions, or at least that's how it seems. He was more into conveying to the officer the gravity of what was about to unfold in his life, repeatedly expressing that it's over, rather than worrying about his girlfriend's well-being.
Excuse me?
Yes.
Can I know what's going on right at this moment?
We trying to figure that out ourselves.
What do you mean by that?
We trying to figure out what's going on.
How so? I'm sorry, did I say something wrong?
1380, Commissioner.
Are the EMS still here?
No, they'll come back and check on you. She's more.
No. I didn't know if there was one or two or three. I didn't know. They'll check me here. You know, it sounds like almost too ridiculous.
What sounded almost too ridiculous?
Well, what do you think happened?
Listen, I don't know. But I'm not going to sit here and try to guess and try to figure out.
I'm sitting here covered in blood in the back of a cop car on Christmas Day.
Well, that's why we're trying to figure it out. You were out there in a physical fight with somebody's dad. That's all I know.
But I thought you knew what was going on with
No,
the
I
girl.
don't.
15 to 34 needs
That's what I keep trying to tell you.
Why do we have to talk about that?
Huh?
22-24, one of the units on the scene.
Why do we have to talk about that?
415, switch to 2.
Can you let me know, like, how, like, what's gonna happen? Like, we leave here and then what?
22-24, one of the units on the scene.
I go to the police station, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then after the police station, after I arrive at the police station, then what happens?
I don't know. It depends on whatever went on here.
Does it?
You
Is it
say you from Ocala?
Yeah.
What's your name?
I told you.
No, you didn't tell me.
Yeah, I did. I said Ramon Calderon-Durst.
I can't hear you.
Ramon Calderon-Durst. I mean, it's gonna be known sooner or later.
Okay, where do you need to know the
What's that?
Hold on 1 second.
How do you feel right now?
What do you mean, how do I feel right now?
Just in general.
A little confused.
I know you just want information with me right now.
Huh?
I know you just want information, so
Can
prosecute.
We'll have people that want to get information from you.
yes, I understand that. That's why I don't. Like, I'd rather just talk to them,
Okay, then you can do that.
but I'd just rather talk to you right now.
It sounds like you just want to talk to somebody right now.
Yes.
I got you. I'm listening.
Can we do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
I want to cry.
Huh?
I want to cry.
Go ahead, cry.
No one will have mercy for me. No one. And I don't blame them. I wouldn't have mercy for me either. It's like ridiculous, you know? You know, like, no way. No way life this is fucking ridiculous. Oh. I just want to hug. Hug a man. I don't deserve one.
Typically, a perpetrator may choose to remain silent or just straight up admit to their actions. However, Ramon takes an unusual approach and questions the officer about his perception of the situation. This could be an attempt to gauge the severity of the situation from the eyes of law enforcement and assess the depth of trouble he's in. This marked yet another portrayal of his selfishness and guilt, worrying about himself rather than of Ariana. Fortunately, we aren't alone in noticing this peculiar behavior. And finds Ramon's behavior suspicious and addresses it.
I don't know if you're being honest with me or anything, but what is the crime like specifically here?
You keep asking what's the crime like.
Yes, I do. Do you know what federal prison I'd go to? Excuse me?
I have no idea. I have no idea what you've done.
Yeah, I know. Is there only one in Florida, one federal prison? I know you don't want to talk to me.
No, you're fine. I'm just...
No, I know you don't want to talk to me.
No,
Like,
I mean,
you just... You want to talk to me, but you want to talk to me because you want information from me.
No,
because you're writing down.
No, I'm not. I wrote your information down here.
Can I
So
see
when
it?
someone comes up, I can give them your information.
Who? If who comes up?
One of our detectives.
Can I see it?
Hmm?
Can I see it?
What is it you want to see?
In your notebook? When I ask a question that detracts from information being given to you, you ignore me.
I can't hear you. Say again?
When I ask a question that detracts from information being given that you want from me, you ignore me.
No, actually, I don't ignore you. I would never do that.
Okay, well, I asked if I could see the notebook. I don't know, man. Let's, I don't mean this in a rude or short way, but what are we waiting on? I'm genuinely curious.
I just told you the detective.
The detectives?
Yeah.
Will I still be seen by the EMS?
Yeah.
Here or at the station? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Here or at the station? At the station.
Possibly here.
But possibly at the station.
It is indeed somewhat unusual how the officers maintained a level of politeness and even care towards Ramon, as evidenced by their gesture of playing music. This contrasts significantly with how they treated the parents of the victim.
You hear me? I know you do. Please, just open the door and let me just pee. Please. I need to know what's going on with my baby, please. Please. Why are you doing this?
I'm going to get raped in prison. Why do they do that? Why is it so brutal and violent? I deserve it. Can't imagine your father. Can't imagine my mother. Can't imagine the family.
Throughout the footage, Ramon showed no signs of remorse for his actions, and only worried about the consequences he would face. This is further proved when he states his worries about getting sexually assaulted at the prison, rather than worrying about fatally attacking his girlfriend. Furthermore, he practically admits that he did commit this crime when he asks himself, "Why did I do that?" Yet, somehow, once he is brought into interrogation, a surprising turn of events awaits him.
All right. Took your handcuffs off you? All right, listen, we're going to get you out of here. We looked into the case a little bit further, and we're not charging you with anything.
What?
We're not going to charge you anything right now. Okay? We're going to look into it a little further, make sure some things are the way they're supposed to be, so you're going to get out of here. But I want to ask you something. Is it okay if we take pictures of what happened with you? Since we don't know if you happen to be a victim of something, we'd like to have evidence of that too. So if you don't mind, would we be able to take pictures of you? Of your injuries and stuff that you got hurt?
There was no indication whatsoever that Ramon had been a victim of any sort. In fact, he was the one who fatally attacked Ariana, sealing her fate, and could have potentially harmed her father, Eddie, if not for the neighbor intervening. So, under what evidence did the police assume Ramon could be a potential victim?
Do you know anything? Yes, but do you know anything about her?
As far as I know, she's still in surgery. They're still working on her.
Do you know what time it is?
7:30. Actually, 7:35. And I know it seems scary that she's in surgery for a long time, but they take their time to make sure everything's the right way. So sometimes things take quite a long time. So she's still okay. She's still in surgery, and we don't know anything more than that. So if you're okay, what we'd like to do is, you're pretty bloody, your clothes are pretty bloody. We'd like to grab those two, and we can give you something to wear. We'll take pictures of you, and if you don't mind, we'll get a buccal swab from you, which is like a DNA sample. It's no big deal because you're together with her. You're in the same house.
Ramon's posture immediately shifts from the tense demeanor he displayed while in the patrol car, expecting to be held accountable, to a slightly more relaxed posture now that he learned he is a free man. He is now sitting upright and attentively listening to the detective, instead of blabbering away like a disoriented person as he did in the patrol car.
Yeah.
So we really don't. Yeah, but it's just procedures we like to follow. So if you're okay with that, we'll do that, and then when we're done, we'll get you out of here. Is that okay for you? You're okay with that?
Yeah. What does this mean?
Right now, they're not being charged.
Do you know why?
Like you think we want to screw you, but that's not the case. We want to make sure we do everything right. So if there's something that you need to be held responsible for, you will be. But if there's not, you won't be. So instead of rushing into something and doing all this stuff, we decided to back up and take our time a little bit and look into it a little bit further, because there's always things maybe we don't know about. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do, and so I'm glad they took that stuff off you. You've been sitting here, okay. So I'll go out and there's a forensic tech who's gonna come in here and help do all this stuff. So if you just give me a minute, I gotta go find her, get our stuff together, and I'll come back in, okay?
Okay. What if they want to like charge me and I'm like at work, I'm doing
If they charge you later, they're gonna charge you. I'm not really the lead on this case. I'm assisting the detective. But so long as if you're cooperative with us and you keep in touch with us, we have no reason to come jack you up at your business or wherever you're working at. If something has to happen, you can run all you want. We'll come get you wherever you are. You know what I mean? It's not. You're a young kid. If you run away, it doesn't make no sense. If something's gonna happen, running isn't gonna solve the problem.
No, I just didn't know if they come and arrest you.
It depends on who you're talking to. Like, I could call you, like me, if you've been straight with me, I'll call you on the phone and say, listen, this is what we gotta do. When can you do it? And if you do what I need you to do, we're good. And if you don't, I get a warrant and I'll track you down. Other guys, they get scared because they don't know what you're gonna do. Are you gonna run away? Are you gonna do this? So they'll just get a warrant and come get you. So I don't know what this detective will or won't do, but you going home is a good thing, so that we can look into this a little bit further to find out what's really going on. And you know what I'm saying? And if any other time you want to talk or say something to us, you let us know and we'll talk to you. Okay?
Yeah, all my stuff, like my wallet, my keys, my bag, my clothes, are in the house.
Okay. Well, we got some things that we're gonna do at the house, but I don't see any reason why once we do our initial stuff, we can't get you that to get out of here. Okay? So
Is there any way to be in the loop with her condition?
that's gonna be up to her family. While you're here, I can tell you what I know because I hear it, and I can keep you up to date that way. But once we're out of here, you can't call the hospital because they're not gonna talk to you. You're not family. So if you don't go through the family, you're not really gonna know. And I know they're upset right now, so they're probably not gonna tell you. But you know what? If she recovers fine and she gets through all this, then she could probably call you on the phone if she wants to talk to you. So, you know what I mean? So, it's more going to be like a waiting game for you. And I know that's the worst part is trying to wait, because I can tell you're really anxious about all that. But, right, you just got to kind of relax for right now. Things are not going to go super quick. It's going to take a little bit of time for her to get to a spot where she's able to do something and talk. Like I said, I don't know how serious everything is. So
It's not just maybe not serious.
right. Oh, there she is.
Ramon is now suddenly concerned for Ariana's condition, which he never did while in the patrol car. Previously, he was far more worried about his own fate rather than Ariana's, as he thought he would be charged with this crime. However, now that he was granted freedom, his main concern was of potential ways it could be taken away. Is it possible that he's only worried about Ariana's condition because he's afraid of what she could reveal if she turns out alive?
Probably because we didn't know what the situation was when we first showed up. Everything's so crazy, we don't know what's happening. So he's not handcuffs. I don't know, you want to do the one around his neck then, maybe?
Yeah.
That might be the best one. She's just going to swab right here on your neck where you got you cut on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, it's on the left side.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, it's freezing in here.
What are you looking for?
This is just stuff that we get in case there's any questions, or like I said, if you were a victim of something and somebody did something to you during this whole encounter, we'll have a documentation that you also were injured. Because if you leave and we don't have any documentation of anything, then obviously, what can we say? It's already healed up later. So if we just do everything now, we don't have to worry about it.
What does it matter?
What's that?
Why does it matter if anything happened to me?
Well, I mean, we don't know anything happened because nobody's talking to us. You know what I'm saying? So to hear about it later after it's already over is kind of too late. So since we don't know enough, we do everything we can now, and whatever we don't need, we don't have to worry about. We just get rid of it. But at least if we get it now, if something comes to light later, we can always say, well, we have this, and that will work.
You have any experience with these kinds of injuries and the surgeries that come on?
I'm not a doctor, so I hear about stuff all the time, but I don't know all the procedures that they got to follow.
I'm just wondering if this is uncommon for it to be this long.
This what?
I'm just wondering if it's uncommon to be this long.
Oh, for surgeries? Oh, yeah. I've been in the hospital where I had to wait 7-8 hours
For surgery?
for surgery to be finished on people. But they have different types of injuries. This particular one, I can't say I've had one similar to this.
So you have no
But I've had other incidents where somebody's gotten shot and they've had to do surgery for so many hours and we just have to sit in the hospital and wait.
They survived?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bayonet Point's a really good hospital. They got some really awesome doctors there. So, Bayonet Point. So it's a good thing that.
We'll start with your right hand first. I'll try not to get that too bad. Yeah, it probably hurts.
Is there, will you find out?
About what? What happens?
Yeah.
Eventually we'll figure it out once she gets to where they know they can tell something. Once the hospital gets done doing surgery and they can give us an update, we'll probably end up getting one. I can't call you and tell you though.
But can I call you and ask?
I can't release that information. Here we're okay because we're here doing this now, but once you leave and we're done here, I can't just give out information.
What if I come here?
No, you don't understand. I can't tell you. I'm not allowed to.
Why are you allowed to now?
Because now we're in the middle of something, so we're here together. And I know you're concerned, so I can say, hey, she's doing okay. They're doing surgery on her, but that's gonna take a while. I mean, I don't even know. I don't have any more details than that, to be honest with you.
This isn't Michael's head.
What's that? We know that's not yours. I already told you that. So I mean, it's not about all that. We know that you try to help.
And then the left hand.
I was getting charged with what originally?
Well, the charge that they were going to charge you with is, and actually it's domestic because you guys are dating. It's like dating violence. So it's kind of a domestic incident.
Is that worse? Lateral?
No. All that would have meant was, when I told you would have had a bond, when it's domestic, you don't have a bond until you see the judge. Then the judge would set a bond for you. I didn't realize it was domestic when we were talking. So because of that, that's the only thing that's different. It doesn't make it worse or better.
So what is it? Just
domestic, because you guys are dating.
Domestic what?
Domestic violence.
Okay.
So it's still aggravated battery, but it's just domestic. If me and you got into a fight and you hurt me bad to make it an aggravated battery, it wouldn't be domestic because we have no relationship. But because you have a relationship with your girlfriend, it becomes a domestic thing. So that's why it shows up that way.
You charge me with that because you're under the presumption that a kid caused the injury to her?
We don't know what happened. That's why at first, when they brought you in here, that's what the detective was looking at, appropriate charges. But we talked to some people, we consult each other, we're trying to get more information on outside to figure out which direction we should go right now. And the decision was not made by me. It's just made by other people saying that we're not gonna do anything right now. We're just we're gonna wait a little bit and look into it a little further. And
Why?
because would you rather just do that, be more thorough, than to just rush to judgment?
Are we doing that?
Yeah, he said it was okay for that. I mean, as much as, we want to know the truth, and that's something it comes down to. If the truth is that it's not the way it looks, you want to show that so that nothing happens to you. If you made a mistake or something happened and things got out of hand and there's something that you need to be held responsible for, then we want that too. And it's not that we want to railroad you, it's just everybody makes mistakes, So, if you made a mistake, then that's what it is. It's a mistake. And if it means you have to be held responsible for something, then that's what you have to do. But we're not out to railroad anybody or jam you with anything.
What does the sentences look like for your domestic violence?
It's domestic, it doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
Domestic is just a title. It's not going to mean you're going to get this much time or that much time.
So
Sometimes you don't even get any time. You get probation. It just depends on certain circumstances.
His sly question about his potential sentence for domestic violence, while expressing concern about ending up in jail, indeed hints at his consideration of worst-case scenarios that could disrupt his freedom. Up until this point, Ramon has been incredibly obvious in laying out clues as to his involvement. But just when it seemed that he couldn't be even more obvious, he says this next.
So I can get life.
Life for this? No.
She dies.
Huh?
She dies.
Oh, well, again, if you've done something to cause that, then yeah, it's a possibility.
What if you come to that conclusion?
I can't say because I don't know until we get there. And even then, I can't say what's going to happen to you because it's up to the judge, not up to us at all.
Does it matter if, does anything matter if she drops the charges?
There's no charges right now.
Well,
So
if there were.
if there were, as a victim, she has a right to change her mind and not pursue if she doesn't want to.
Do you let them know that?
Yeah, all victims know that.
Not all people know that, right?
Well, they don't necessarily know it without us being told. That's what I'm saying.
You tell them?
They're getting told. We ask them if they want to pursue charges or if they don't.
You know when she went into surgery?
I have no idea. I know she went to I'm not sure. I got there. So I don't remember. She hadn't been there a couple hours.
What time is it right now?
It is 7:59.
Thank you.
I guess maybe around 2-ish, 2:30 maybe. And that's just a guess. Yeah, it could be a little later, a little earlier. I'm not really sure.
This is the second time he questioned about Ariana's ongoing surgery. The first time he asked, in response to the detective, he raised his eyebrows in shock. This was because he comprehended what the detective stated, yet he still asked it again at a different instance, which was preceding his question about the victim choosing to drop charges. More than ever, it is evident how his brain is calculating all the possible scenarios of how he can escape the harsh punishment awaiting him if Ariana wakes up.
Yeah. I kissed her.
You do what?
I kissed her. She was bleeding out.
Okay. Are you telling us that because of the DNA?
Yeah.
'Cause it's
you're gonna
okay,
find
you-
my DNA on her.
Oh no, that's okay. You guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. We don't expect to find anything different. Yeah, we know you guys are together, so I mean, it's not going to be a surprise if your DNA is on her and her DNA is on you when you guys are going out together.
What happens? Like, did they clean the scene?
No, they're still at the scene, so the deputies are still there.
So, when are they allowed to come back?
Well, they're kind of helping us, well, not helping us, but they're allowing us to go in the house to take pictures and, you know, just do the things we need to do as investigations. And it says as soon as we're done that, then we just take everything down and everybody can come back to the house or do whatever they want to do. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna go get that suit we were talking about, and then she's gonna leave.
Can you tell me what they? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you said? Like,
I didn't talk to them. All I know is that their surgery went well, and they were closing up, doing their things. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's weird, and you've heard it. Like, you know, that some weird blood clot could just float down and hit the wrong thing, and she could go sideways. You know, tomorrow morning or 2 hours from now. You know what I mean? So the surgery went well. That's all I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to get, you know, I'm hopeful. I would like to be hopeful, but you know what I mean? But, you know, at the same time, I'm also a realist that.
Is that common?
It's happened, weird stuff, you know, especially with a wound like that. You never know where the blood clot, you know how blood clots, you know what I mean? And it gets in your blood and then it floats around inside of you, you know what I mean? It's always a danger. They usually put people on surgery blood thinners right afterwards so that doesn't happen, you know what I mean? So,
or at least minimizes it.
Yeah, minimizes it. So,
is there any way to check for them?
My sergeant's the one doing that, so
What do you mean?
he's the one in communication with the hospital checking.
Oh no, like to check for blood clots.
No, there's no way to. There's no like internal filter or screen or something. So, just take it on the fact that she's doing well. Okay, like you said, we thought she was deceased earlier, and things stopped. So now she's doing better. Okay. Just pray for us. Pray for her. Okay, if that's what you do. Okay.
Ramon's demeanor during the news of Ariana's surgery outcome was far from someone who was relieved to hear the good news about his girlfriend who was fighting for her life. Instead of focusing further on the positive aspects, as soon as he heard the detective's statement about Ariana's life still being at stake if any blood clot was present, he latched onto it, possibly calculating and hoping that something might go wrong. Sadly, the detective's warning proved true as Ariana's condition took a turn for the worse, sealing her fate. In August of 2023, the state attorney's office decided not to charge Durst, stating in a letter, quote, "On-scene investigation determined there was no probable cause to arrest Ramon Calderon-Durst." The letter went on to say, quote, "The filing decision is not based on the lack of quality of the investigation or the lack of investigative effort by the sheriff's office. And, although the medical examiner's office listed Ariana's death as a homicide, Florida courts have historically held the acts of negligence cannot be made criminal, regardless of the loss of human life, without mens rea." As Eddie and Julie began a social media campaign to try to get answers months after Ariana's death, they said that they faced pushback from investigators and prosecutors. As of today, Ramon Calderon-Durst remains a free man, while Ariana's family continued to deal with both the heartbreaking loss of their daughter and fighting for justice in the fate of her cold-blooded killing. Now, if you think this case was blood-boiling, you need to check out my video on the veteran cop who broke into women's homes and assaulted them.